Welcome to my tips for selecting flights. What are the things that stress you out in booking flights? Is it long layovers, early mornings, delays and cancellations, missing the first day of your trip, expensive tickets, or overnight flights? And Jenny Desmond does not do overnight flights when she can avoid them. So the answer to this is to shop on Google Flights first. So I shop there and then I book directly with the airline because the airline, when you book with them, they're going to give you the best service. All right, here's my full process. Type in googleflights.com. I'm going to look for flights Denver to Havana in January because I'm headed there for the Havana Jazz Festival this January with a tour group. So that's going to be the 16th through the 25th. Click on those dates and hit the search button. All right, so it's showing me the best departing flights. So this one is not a red eye. I like that. It's only a little under 7 hours, only one stop. I like that. And 354 is a really good deal to fly round trip to Havana. So I hit that caret on the far right and it showed me the drop down with all the details. I've got a 2-hour layover in Houston. That's important. 1 hour is not enough time to get off a plane, get to a new concourse, and get on the next departing flight. So then for return flights, they depart at the same time. There's a time difference in arrival. This one is under 2 hours in Houston, and I've got to get through customs. There might be 3 other planes arriving at the same time. How about this one? This one gives me 4 hours in Houston. I like that. That gives me enough time to eat, to walk around, get on some high-speed internet at the airport because I'm back in the U.S. It arrives at 11:30 at night, but that's okay because that means I still get to sleep in my own bed that night. So these are good flights. I feel good about these. And now I have to decide, am I going to book economy at 354 or do I feel expensive and want to book first class at 960? And then I'm going to hit the continue button. And I love this because it takes me straight to united.com and pulls up that exact flight for me. So I can put in my information, start booking it. So that's one way to do it. What are some other things to consider? Maybe I want to go back and look at the other flights. So I don't like these red eyes, but this American flight means I don't have to be at the airport at 3 a.m. I like that. So I'm going to put in that I only want flights with one stop, less chance of mechanical problems with their only one stop. And this one, I have to be at the airport at 5:30 or 6, but still, it's only 6.5 hour travel day, one stop in Miami, and it was only 1 hour. Oh, this one, same departure time, but this one gives me almost 3 hours in Miami, so I really don't have to be concerned. I like that. So return flights on American. This one's good. It's only got one stop. Oh, but this one's better because it gives me 2.5 hours to get through customs. Yeah, I like that. Still, 354. So let's look at the breakdown. We depart middle of the day, 2.5 hours in Miami, home at 6 p.m. Wow. Now, those are nice times. I like that. So you can arrive in Havana at 7 p.m. That's great. And then coming back to Colorado. I'm home back in Denver at 6 p.m. Free carry-on bag. Oh, and look at this. Google Flights tells you, is this price trending low for this ticket? And I agree with Google Flights. Anytime I can fly to Cuba for under $500 round trip, it's a steal. So now we've got our 13 categories for traveling to Cuba, and support for the Cuban people is how we fly, is what our trips fall under with Vive Mas Tours. So I click on support for the Cuban people and I keep going, and I can go ahead and book directly on AmericanAirlines.com. So that's great. Let's do another search. Maybe I'm worried about a delayed flight getting out of Denver because it's January and you never know if a snowstorm's going to shut down the airport for a couple hours. And so I'm going to put in my flight looking at, so let's go back to the dates. Let's see if I can pick a flight where my layover is overnight and I can spend the night in a hotel. So I want to do just one stop. There's less chance of planes messing things up. Times, yeah, but let's do duration. So duration, give me the longest flight times. Under 17 hours. Like, let's not be crazy here. Okay, so now I'm looking at flight times. Oh, look at this one. Leave at 8:45. Oh, but if I'm going to spend the night, I need to leave the night before. So I'm going to leave at 8:45 p.m. on Monday night because I want to be in Havana on Tuesday. And then this is our return flight we looked at earlier with a good layover to get through customs. So let's pick this one. Here we go. So I arrive at midnight, grab a shuttle to an airport hotel, get some good sleep. I'm back at the airport the next morning at 9 o'clock, maybe 8:30, to get ready for my flight on into Havana. That's a good itinerary there too. And it's taking me through so that I can, so let's go back here. So I'm looking at some other flight options. Are there any other great ones? You know, the others that are overnight are really red-eye flights. So it seems like that's the only one that will get me uh, into bed by midnight, 1 a.m. to get some good sleep before flying on into Havana. So the other thing is they're not showing me Southwest flights on there. So I'm going to go over here and type in southwest.com and go, how come Southwest is not showing up? So let's look at Southwest flights because I know they fly between Denver and Havana. And I'm going to go up to flights and look for their flight schedule. Here we go. Flight schedules. So are they running flights every day between Denver and Havana? That's what I want to find out in January, right? So Denver, Havana, departure date was January 16th. All day. Give me the search. Oh, no flights on January 16th. Well, how about that whole week? Oh, they're only doing flights on Sundays and Saturdays. So that would be why it didn't show up on Google Flight Schedule. Yeah. With the visa in Cuba, you can't arrive a day early or any days before your trip or stay longer beyond your tour because of the visa restrictions. And so that's not going to work. But do they have flights coming back? Maybe I want to book the flights separately and fly home on Southwest. What are my choices? Oh, yeah. They have flights every single day coming back on Southwest. But in the end, maybe it's not as important. There are some really reasonable flights on American and United. So I can pick one of those. So that's how I search for flights. And I hope that was helpful to you. And I hope that it helps you feel good, confident when you book your next flight, be it to Havana or anywhere. Have a great day.